What happens when someone you admire tells you you're not enough? Not because of who you are, but because of what you lack. What if the same person who once ignored you comes back years later, asking to be part of your success? This is the story of a girl who was rejected for being poor, and how she rose so high, even the stars had to look up to her. Welcome to the channel where every story teaches you something deeper about love, dignity, and never giving up. If you believe in rising after rejection, hit subscribe and stay with me till the end of this emotional journey. Anaya had always been the quiet one in her college, the girl who blended into the back of the classroom, unnoticed but never unworthy. She wore simple salwar kameez outfits, often repeating them, not because she lacked style, but because she lacked money. What she didn't lack was dreams, big ones. She had a soft corner for Rohan, a confident Indian-American boy who seemed to have it all. He came from money, wore branded sneakers, and was always surrounded by people laughing at his jokes. Anaya admired him from afar, silently, sincerely, and without expecting anything in return. But as graduation approached, she found herself unable to hold it in any longer. One day she gathered the courage to share her feelings with Rohan. His response was swift and cutting. He told her that she was sweet, but they came from different worlds. She just wasn't enough for him. Those words didn't just sting, they stayed. After graduation, Anaya didn't have a fancy job offer waiting. No supportive family with savings. No car. Just a small rented room, a cracked second-hand phone, and a borrowed laptop from her cousin. But pain has a strange power. It either breaks you or builds you. And for Anaya, it sparked a fire. She began exploring online work, e-commerce, freelancing, Amazon stores. Everything seemed out of reach, especially with no capital. But one night, something clicked. She stumbled upon AI and prompt engineering. It felt complex, overwhelming, but also full of promise. For weeks, she immersed herself in tutorials, failed more times than she could count. But she didn't quit, and one night, she created an AI-generated visual so vivid and magical, she knew she had found her path. That image, a unicorn in a glowing forest, landed her first client. A children's author looking for unique illustrations. One client turned into two turned into 5. Soon she was designing full books using AI tools. Then came animated videos, product ads with AI avatars, and commercial content for small brands. She became known as the girl who brought stories to life with machines. Within a year, Anaya had trained 2 other girls from her neighborhood, giving them part-time jobs. She rented a small studio, turning her side hustle into an official business. She named it Dream Spark AI Studios. By the age of 27, she had a dedicated team, international clients, her own small house, and a modest silver car parked outside. She was invited to speak at conferences about AI innovation. The same girl who once sat silently in the last row now stood confidently on stages, helping others find their voice. Then, one evening, she received a message. It was from Rohan. He had seen her success on social media. He complimented her growth, expressed admiration, and asked if they could meet. Out of curiosity and closure, Anaya agreed. They met at a chic cafe. Rohan looked the same, but something had changed. Perhaps not in him, but in how she saw him now. He spoke about the past, about how he hadn't realized her potential back then. He praised her independence and offered something she never expected, a second chance. Possibly even a future together. But Anaya wasn't the same girl anymore. She calmly reminded him that he had loved status, not substance. And now that she had status, he assumed she'd become lovable. But love, real love, doesn't arrive only after success. She stood up, thanked him for his honesty, and left. Outside, her husband Arav was waiting. A gentle, introverted software engineer she had met years ago in an online AI learning group. He had helped her write her first Fiverr gig, stayed up with her during her failures, and celebrated her small wins with pride, even when the world hadn't noticed her yet. Anaya stepped into the car, held Arav's hand, and didn't look back. Anaya was once told she was not enough, not rich enough, not flashy enough, not worthy enough. But now, she didn't need anyone's validation. She had built her own world with dignity, resilience, and love. And most of all, she had proved, not to Rohan, but to herself, that she was more than enough all along. Moral of the story: your worth isn't defined by what you lack. People may judge your present, but only you can define your future. Rejection is sometimes redirection. Life closes doors to push you toward the ones meant for you. Built for yourself, not for revenge. True success is peaceful. You don't rise to prove others wrong. You rise to become who you were meant to be. If this story touched you, like, share, and subscribe for more heart-touching stories of strength and transformation. Have you ever been underestimated by someone who couldn't see your worth? Let us know. Your story matters too.